Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. It is Wednesday morning, and today I just want to talk to you about something that you should be doing every single month end at the start of as we approach. By the time you should be listening to this, it will be the 1st of September, and so I feel like it's a perfect time. This week, what I'm going to do is run through two things that I think that every business owner should be doing at the end of every month, and self-storage is no different. So today we are talking about running through all your expenses. I know I spoke about this before, but I really do believe that so many people miss it. And it's all right when you've got a chief financial officer in a big company when nothing ever gets missed. But I really do believe, even if you are in that situation, there is no substitute for you understanding the ins and outs through your bank account. What I personally have is, rather than going through the whole bank account, because I don't really want to do that, I have a spreadsheet made. And every single day, I have a virtual assistant who goes through and logs down every single money coming in and money coming out. And we have a spreadsheet, money in, money out. And what I do is then I run through it on a monthly. And by the way, if anybody wants a copy of this, just email me, deanbooty@icloud.com. We had this made up and it cost us $100 on Upwork. However, it's not fantastic. It's not great, but it certainly helps because it puts it all into you see where you're spending the money. It's in categories, and it also has a pie chart as well. So I can, everything's got its own category. And yes, it takes some time. First of all, when you first started doing it, when you have a virtual assistant or somebody in your team starts doing it, it does take a little bit of time because nobody knows what category certain things are. Like, for example, I have a category called Bob's, Business Owner Benefits. And so if we ever sell a company, I want to take Bob's out of the equation. I don't want my profit being handicapped by the Bob system. So what are Bob's? Bob's is my van. I've got a VW van that I put through the company. So we're paying for that on a financial agreement. I also have any petrol through that as well. So obviously anybody taking over the company would not have to have for van, they would not have to have my petrol, etc. So things like that. So you've got to find categories for certain places. And it takes time, first of all, to train the people doing it for you, or if you're doing it, it takes time to understand what categories are in what. So for example, there's other categories like capital expenses, there's things like that, marketing, etc. And some people, it would be obvious. Google is this. Yeah, Google goes into marketing, of course it does. But for example, I don't know, when I go to the dentist and put it in there, where does it go? Is it, it's Bob's because it's business owner benefits, doesn't affect the new owner. So we just need to be clear on where we put certain things. And then what I like to do is I just look at the expenses, I click on the expenses, and it might take me half an hour. That is it. And I run down every single expense, every single one, line by line, and I want to know what we paid and who we paid it to, because we have this as a formula, for want of a better word, where I tell the staff, tell the team, look, if you want to buy anything, don't even ask me if it's £100, just buy it. If we need it, buy it. Anything over £100, then you need sign off from me. It's obviously each to their own. We may be upping that later, but I want to get into the habit of not spending for spending's sake. So I don't think I've ever said no to a cost. I just okayed the 340 quid for some cleaning to be done, or some other side alleyway near our facility or the back of our facility or something like that anyway. So 340 quid, okayed it. But I just want to know, because I feel like for me personally, it's each to their own again, but I like to, anything over £100, I have a handle on things. And then all I do once a month is I email Angela and I'll have a note saying, what is this? What the hell is this? God damn it. And more often than not, it's something that I've completely forgot about. Well, I think every time it's something I forgot about. But it's just nice to have a handle on things so you exactly know exactly what's coming out. And then what I like to see, I like to go on to my cash flow forecast. It's a thing called Fluidly. And I look down, we've got categories here, costs and expenses. So there's rent, there's director's loan payments, there's wages, there's another director's loan account, there's advertising and marketing, PAYE, deposits, coaching and consultant, repairs and maintenance, suspense, VAT, coaching, staff training and welfare, light, heating, rent rates, motor vehicle expenses, legal, professionals. Or as you can see, there's everything down there. If you don't use Fluidly, I would recommend that everybody uses it. And what I like to see is on my spreadsheet, I like to see a total expenses of every single month. So I know exactly what we're spending in total. I want to know every single line. So I'm crystal clear on everything we're spending, because if you let your costs get away from you, I promise you your business will be in not problematic situations, because it depends what sort of business model you've got, but you just have a better understanding, a better feel about the business if you know. And then what I like to do is I like to go fluidly, and I like to compare exactly what we have spent on costs and expenses from one month to the next. And obviously, if it's more in a certain month, like for example, December, we are due to spend £116,000 in costs. These are cash flow forecasts, by the way. I'll get onto cash flow forecasts and management accounts on Friday's episode. But cost and expenses, £116,346. That's a lot of money. What are we spending it on? Oh, yeah, straight away, I can see here there's a deposit, £50,000 coming up. And so I like to keep an eye on everything we spent previously and everything we're going to spend as well. And then you can see, you just thrown a bloody pen by accident. So then you can keep an eye on it and you know exactly where you are. And trust me, I have done it this way and I have done it the different way, where you don't have a clue. You have no cash flow forecast. You have no idea what expenses are coming out. And that was the old me. That was 5-6 years ago, me running the business. When I had the betting shop, that was me running the betting shop. That was me running my restaurant. That was me running Beverly 24 when it was just Beverly 24, just Beverly on its own. And I promise you, it is night and day. And having this structure in place, it just keeps you on the straight and narrow. You know exactly what's coming forward, coming to you, and you also know exactly what's been previous. Like, for example, September, I know that there's £117,163 expenses coming up for both companies. And one of the reasons is, I looked down my list, £30,000 coaching and consultancy fee coming up. And what else? There must be something else big. General expenses, £20,000 because of some costs that we've got associated with the new development. So there's £50,000 straight away. So I know straight away why it was so much. And if I just have a look back at previous months as well, just to give you an example of this, because you can go a year in advance and obviously you've got all the data from previously. Let's have a look. So yeah, July, it was £62,105 my expenses. June was £69,729. May was £74,039. So let's have a look why May was so much. And it was coaching and consultancy. I paid a £12,000 coaching and consultancy fee. What else was the cost of goods sold? £1,500. Didn't have that before. Subscriptions, £1,064. Don't actually know what that is. Let's have a look. See if I click it, it comes up. Self-storage association, Bosch. And also the reason why it's less in June and July is because we've had half price rent at the minute for Stormore, because we're starting extra lease, so which means we're having a half price rent. So that's what I'm trying to get hold of. You need to get a grasp of your expenses. And in this episode, what I want to do is talk to you about the previous year, the month's expenses. We need to look back and we need to understand what happened previously to have an eye on the future. There's no way you can correctly predict the future if you don't know what happened in the past and the reasons for that. So once you know the reasons for it, then you can accurately, or much more accurately, predict your future cash flow forecast. And it's super important. So on Friday's episode, we will be talking about the importance of management accounts. And if I won't have management accounts, I won't be sat in my dream house right now. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. And I think it's weird saying I love you all the time, but do you know what? Spread the love, baby. See you later. Bye-bye.